George Mott burned to death in his own chair, while the rest of his house remained completely untouched. Make sure you leave a comment and tap the follow button so I can continue to make you more scary and twisted videos. This case from 1986 broke every rule we know about fire and physics, and the explanation will haunt you. Picture this. Firefighters arrive at George's Florida home expecting a typical house fire. Instead, they find something that defies all logic. George's body was completely incinerated in his recliner, reduced to ash and bone fragments. But here's the terrifying part. The chair's armrests were barely singed. The newspaper on the nearby table didn't even have scorch marks. The temperature needed to cremate a human body is over 1,400 degrees Fahrenheit. At that heat, everything in that room should have been obliterated. The walls should have melted. The ceiling should have collapsed. But investigators found George's reading glasses sitting perfectly intact on the side table, just 3 feet away from where he died. No accelerants were found, no electrical faults, no external heat source that could explain this impossible scene. The coroner ruled it spontaneous human combustion, but that's just a fancy way of saying they had absolutely no idea what happened. George was a healthy 58-year-old man who simply sat down to read and somehow ignited from within. His lower legs survived completely unburned, still wearing his socks and shoes. The fire burned so precisely it seemed almost surgical in its selectivity. What makes this even more disturbing is that George isn't alone. There are over 200 documented cases of spontaneous human combustion throughout history, and science still can't explain how a human body can become a furnace while everything around it stays untouched. Some fires follow rules we understand. This one rewrote them entirely.